Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Disney Plus. Yeah, Disney Plus, Disney, everybody involved. Uh-huh. Y'all thought y'all had your little backup plan in this episode to see if Jonathan Majors was gonna still be your Kang or not. I see what you did there. I see what you hid him behind the wall just in case you was gonna recast Kang. I see what you did there, gentlemen. Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
hello,
Kang
hello.
season. I'm sorry, not Kang season, but Loki season 2 in the house, and we see what you're doing, Disney Plus. But we got the episode 1 review, gentlemen. How you doing today? What the hell's going on? What y'all see?
We are blessed. It is your boy Alphas I made. Keep it 99 on overall 99 media. Marvel Loki season 2, episode 1. Quroboros, however you say it. We got a lot to talk about. Joe said his piece on what he had to talk about, and we also are joined by the one, the only Afro Coming 765. Introduce yourself and tell us one of your biggest thought on the show. What's your biggest thought?
You already know your local neighborhood scumbag here to give the folks their daily dose of dirtbag. Same gimmick, different day. I want to say that we did a lot with a little bit this episode. We're only being constrained to one freaking place, mostly the TVA. They managed to give us a wide expanse of camera shots and meaningful angles. But I'm gonna make a little bit of a prediction now, and it's that when we get to this whole part where Loki got pruned, I'm calling it. I'm saying Loki pruned himself.
He said Loki pruned.
Don't ask me why, but I'm telling you that's how it happened.
Yeah, shout out to Disney Plus, shout out to Marvel for Loki season 2, episode 1. I thought it was a good episode. But the biggest thing for me, I have to go say it. Shout out to my boy Kane. Because my boy said he spit that game. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have won this war. You so special to me. He spit that game to Renslayer. Let's get this whole started. Again, this is overall 99 media. Keep it 99. Marvel Loki season 2, episode 1, Ouroboros. We are doing our reaction review, recap, breakdown, review everything. Spoilers will be in this episode. So if you're not into spoilers, keep it up. You know you're being spoiled. How y'all doing today, gentlemen? We gonna get started. Yo, this episode to me was really good.
Do you want a response? I'm doing fine.
Joe's doing fine. Everyone, Uniqo is doing okay.
How y'all doing today? We about to get started.
I was gonna say the transition was there, folks. You already know.
Yeah, we about to get started. So how
we're back on the grind.
Tor, how you doing?
You already know. Same stuff, different day. Ready to talk about this wonderfully mixed up world of Loki. It was a jumbo episode, but I think they did a really good job.
I do too. It was a good episode. Joe, you thought it was a good episode?
I mean, we're just getting started. I can see.
This was our first ever season 2 for a Marvel show, wasn't it?
Is it?
This is What other Marvel shows had a season 2? I think this is the first season 2 episode of a Marvel
ain't it's like
show.
the second show?
Do too bad.
It's the second show overall, wasn't it? So it's probably should be the first season 2 unless Scarlet Witch got one.
No, she got a movie feature.
Yeah, she got the movie feature.
I gotta say this, man. First of all, there was a whole bunch of what are we doing here? Like, okay, you leave us with a cliffhanger, and there's like
they picked right up.
This isn't the same TVA. And that's the cliffhanger. Now it's like, oh, but Loki, you went back in time. Has that crack always been there? We're talking about all this time slipping and all these time branches and all this mess. I don't understand because I don't believe in it whatsoever.
Hello, everybody. This is your local neighborhood man Ray. Yes, I have taken over the show temporarily. I had to get rid of somebody in order to take control, just like, him who remains. But, we're not going to worry about that today. Today, I'm going to give you my spiel on the Loki season 2, the first ever season 2, as the great Afro Economy has referred it to. Now, I'm going to be honest. I do understand the mixed reviews because I can personally say, in my opinion, that Loki season 2 does not really do a good job at explaining the current situation as it is leading up to it. We get all of Kang the Conqueror's face everywhere, but if you have not watched the season at all, you'll be completely lost. And then possibly if you watch the season, you still might be lost on a couple of parts. I'm not even gonna hold you on that. But as a whole, seeing all the returning characters, some new ones, I can't even lie, OB is hilarious. So it still has some of that good charm to it. A couple of stumbles here and there, it seemed like it struggled to find its footing on the humor, but eventually found it towards the end once the plot got a little bit more stable. All right, we made it. We was in there, we cool. Nothing but good Lokiness, looking but good everybody. I'm cool with it. I can see the antagonistic force starting out with. So we have a good basis to start off on. I could see, about a 6, 7 out of 10, somewhere in that ballpark for the episode as a whole. So I'm cool with what we saw. I'm okay with it. Took about maybe 10 to 20 minutes to sort of get a footing on. All right, what happened last time? Where we are now? What's going on? All of a sudden, we see Loki time skipping. Don't really understand how we got to that point of being kicked through a door. But you know what? Cool. We're not gonna ask that question. So a little shaky, but it found its way towards the end, and I think I can accept it. I can accept it as it is now. This has been your local neighborhood man, Ray, and now I'm going to give control back to Grandpa and the Afro comment.
Whoa, what the heck just happened?
Oh, Joe's back.
I just came from a future where they make a Banjo Kazooie 4K digital remake, but it's only on Game Boy Color.
Hilarious.
Guy that I keep running into. Where's Mobius? We can't trust time. We can't trust time, Princess. What are we doing? Like, it was just a whole bunch of chaos at the beginning. I know y'all love that. Y'all, because you guys are both agents of chaos in your own ways.
I am a self-proclaimed agent of chaos. You are correct, sir.
Yeah. Loki was time splitting. He was going back in time from the past, present, and future, as the description says.
Slipping.
Yeah, he was time slipping. Yeah, he was going in between time. So he'll meet somebody in the past, then he'll meet him in the present, and then he'll see the future, and then he'll be in the same room.
You know who else is a time slipper? Kang. Kang's a time slipper.
I hate that that's a term now, y'all. If you look up time slipper, slipping. First off, slipping, and then slipper is the act of time slipping. Like
lots of people getting spaghettified, bruh. It's happening.
That's how you make it good, you know what I mean?
Where are we at with Loki? Does he have his powers?
That's a good question, and they did a really good job of not answering that, though. I feel like
he jumped out of window, survived, and landed on a thing,
So maybe he's just got the durability.
He's still got that cut on his arm.
But they did pick up directly where they left off, which some shows don't do that. But they picked up directly where they left off, and like I said, I enjoyed it. I can see why there were mixed reviews, but I think for them actually just being in the TVA and the time slipping element added so much depth to what could have been a really claustrophobic feeling episode, I feel like.
Yeah, especially when they get into the answer to fixing all this. Like they got to that pretty quick in a 48-minute, so really 38-minute episode, because like the last 10 minutes we did get a little special at the end.
Did you guys watch the after credit scene?
Did.
Yeah.
But our solution, let's not forget. So phones ringing in Sylvie opening a door. What are we doing?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, what are we doing? What was that all about? And why did you? Because I didn't. What does plume mean?
Pruning, when you destroy yourself.
Pruning. Okay, you've got to think of the time like almost like a tree, sort of like in the Spider-Verse. Remember how they showed the multiverse is like a tree? So think of like pruning off the branches of a tree so infection doesn't spread to the main body. You prune off somewhat troubled alternate timelines, that there's not anything super conducive for the greater good that can be done with it. The TVA is sort of there to prune away those timelines.
Or in Bible terms,
your theory is saying that
he pruned himself.
Loki doesn't exist, essentially, is what
future Loki doesn't exist.
No, I'm saying there we go. I'm saying future Loki exists. I'm saying I think we're in sometime during the season. I think we're going to come back to this moment in time, the aforementioned moment in time with Sylvie opening the doors and talking to Loki. Like, oh, there you are. I've got a whole little theory on that, but we'll get through that as the episode goes. But yes, the pruning is basically them clipping off certain problematic timelines, if you will.
Okay.
Or biblically, when you say your finger make you sin, you cut off your finger or your hand or your foot.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah.
So you don't go to rather your hand go to hell. But the episode start out with him time splitting. He goes in the past, he goes in the future. He does it throughout the episode. It's a little panic. We see some characters. We see Mobius and all the other people. They go into the council. They have to discuss this. And Loki's continue that. Where's Morbius? Where's Morbius? As Joe said earlier. And
Yeah.
then
Mobius, not Morbius. We are
Mobius.
not looking for Morbius,
Yeah,
folks.
Mobius.
Mobius.
Yeah,
Shout out Owen Wilson.
yeah,
Yo, he's fucking killed
yeah,
it.
He's so funny, man.
yeah.
Yeah, and him and Tom Hiddleston, their chemistry,
It's amazing.
that's some fire on screen chem.
I like the new guy they introduced too. The guy in the room, and
Yeah, Obi's gonna be the star of the show, bruh.
yeah, Loki and Obi had this connection where you like, I don't know who that guy is, and they're like, oh, I do.
Obi is
That
Ouroboros,
was
folks. For those of you who don't
that
know,
was it. That was a very interesting interaction.
Yeah,
That was truly
are you talking
because it
about
wasn't butterfly.
Loki and
Yeah,
Ouroboros or
both. Like him
Oh yeah,
actually
the
influencing the future.
yeah.
That was
the time
interesting
slip,
because we all seen butterfly effect, and we know what happens when
and
we
how
go back in time.
how Obi thought Mobius gave him the Obi name, but Loki was like, "No, I gave you that name, damn it," which played more into the memory wiping.
Yeah, that's heavy. Was that not a heavy
Yeah,
thing? Like you people
that's me.
because what is so are they in the same time? It gives us that's what I liked about Loki season 1 because I was always questioning like so what we know about time stuff, like we've all watched Dragon Ball Z, we've all watched the Trunk Saga. We all know that that doesn't affect this timeline, but it's affecting this timeline. So now we're talking about linear time travel at this point. We thought
Well, I think the big thing was the TVA. Remember, it's supposed to exist outside of time. So the fact that time is being manipulated within the TVA
makes
is
it linear.
also like how is this happening if this is supposed to be the one place that's outside of time?
That would make it linear. That would make it a linear timeline. If it's only one place that goes through these things, but outside, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think
I've got a little idea that, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I think the TVA could be in the quantum realm, like from Quantumania. I think the TVA could reside, and I don't have any concrete proof or anything, but I just sort of feel like it could.
I think
So
I
its
think
timeline
after
doesn't
all,
split off.
Well,
I think TVA does split off. I think when the branches broke and we saw the little room, the what's it called, the temple room,
The
when we saw
loom?
the light
Yeah.
expanding.
yeah, with all the heads of
I
the
think
timekeepers.
I think it started. I think everything started becoming more
You think
time
the
based.
split happened there?
Yeah, so so now you got multiple versions of the TVA, and it's not just a
Which there
single.
shouldn't be, which
Yeah,
is
so, cause I think it's too
super
much
crazy.
power. Like they explained, Obi explains too much power in this room, and they ain't never had this much power because it's too much branches coming. So now the TVA is doing it too,
Got to work on pruning some of that away.
and they too busy worried about where Sylvie going because they sent a whole army for. They sent the whole TVA after the war.
The army, the grenades, the fucking, they had everything for Sylvie.
My girl said all this just for Sylvie.
I mean,
She
she
did.
did get the better of Loki.
You know what I'm saying, so you gotta.
Whether he wants to admit it or not, that pushed through the door. She sort of won.
And she got
I
rid
mean,
of the one above all, so she kind of got him out.
No, he who remains,
He who
not the one
remains.
above all. Those are two big. Sylvie did not kill the one above all,
The
folks.
last
Oh,
man
yeah.
standing.
He who remains.
He who
yes.
remains, yeah.
One more thing about Owen Wilson.
Secret theory.
The fact that he was really stuck on his skin being peeled. That
Yo,
that
the
outcome
skin,
is
but
bothering
they
me.
use that. But think when he wrote skin into the dust on the side of the
Was that
when
premeditated?
he wrote Yeah, because think that. Well, I don't know from his perspective, but I think from the perspective of it being shot, yes, because then it's almost like remember when he was in the office talking to old girl about the rings on the table
Yeah.
and how he had left the rings there before, but he didn't remember it.
Yeah.
Okay, or am I just overlooking
No,
things, or am I?
I'm thinking. I'm thinking. So I mean, like,
I remember.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, they added a lot of little things from the past that they put somewhere, and it wasn't obvious as of course the machine he put together in the past. Like, hey, I don't have that much time, so let's put this together real quick before we go in the future.
That was
Shout out to
such a
Obi.
convenient time slip when it's like we
Hey,
in front of
listen.
the guy that's going to make this thing, and I'm gonna talk
Uh
him through
huh.
it. Like that was such plot armor. Has somebody been watching
Yeah.
anime? Has Disney been watching
Hey, listen.
anime?
That plot armor makes sense because if I could go in the past and fix
Yeah, I
my
was gonna say
mistakes, I will
that's how
tell,
you.
hey, bro, I'm gonna
That
need
is a
this in the future.
properly used plot device.
Hey, past coach, I know I'm gonna have this problem, so make sure I don't do this. But then make sure I do this drill because I didn't know this drill when I was young. So make sure I do this, make sure I do that, make sure I go to
I,
this school, make sure I make it there.
Obi's shaping up to be a star player, though.
He got a whole episode named after him. So
You know what else is shaping up? I just noticed Zelmay's mustache, and
I
he
think the
looks like
next
he's going to
episode's
be.
named after Sylvie too.
I just noticed Zelmay's mustache, and I feel like he's going to be a head coach in the future in some timeline.
this
Look at you, bro.
You're right. No, if you just put any team's hat with the headset over him, you get the little hang down mic on the headset. It's done.
Bro. Throw your
This nigga is a defense. He is a
that
defensive
is,
coordinator anywhere in the
y'all
country.
down by 30. Y'all down by 30. Y'all down by 30 right now.
What's that?
Coaching
See, I
tour
was
is
gonna say,
live.
Kane.
picture perfect,
Yo,
folks.
I am
Kane, right
definitely
now.
turning that into a TikTok tomorrow. Don't worry.
Yo, Kane, right now. Spit that game to. She the one that gonna lead you to victory over all the other Kanes. Stick
But you
with
got to
Spring
think.
Slayer. You gotta put that game
But
on.
the
You gotta tell her
comic
you the only reason I win the war, girl. You the only reason. I'm glad you stuck with me. You told me.
Yeah, but you know the whole plot from the comics with him and
Yeah, bro.
Renslayer. It's that she's the one woman that he always wants, but it doesn't matter what time it is, what Kang it is, when they meet, he's always too late. She always either she dies or she doesn't end up loving him, but either way, he never ends up with her. So it's like I'm glad that we're playing more back to the comic tropes now as we set that up. You guys know I'm a sucker for any comic reference in a comic based show.
Yeah. And don't forget to like and subscribe. This episode will be coming out on Friday, so we will do Joe. What day is it when this episode come out? Well, not on Facebook, but YouTube. This will be for y'all.
It's gonna come out on Friday. Hold on, let me reiterate. Loki season 2, episode 1. Reviews coming
Quroboros.
out for all. If you're watching right now, you might be on Facebook. If you're watching right now, you might be on Overall 99 Media. But if you're watching today, it is Baller Friday. That's right. I finally got my 100,000 VC that I was owed, and they gave it to me. And so let me tell you what you can do. You can, for 107,000 VC, you can get your character up to overall 75. So
How much does it cost to be a mascot? I heard that's what's been draining niggas' pockets.
I don't know why anybody would drain their drain. That's crazy. Hey, yo. But I don't know why anybody would get I don't know.
You don't know why anyone would drain their
get a
pocket to
whistle.
be a
I'm gonna
mascot?
get a whistle.
I don't want to be Billy the Bull from the
Oh.
Chicago Bulls. I don't even know the mascot of the Pacers.
What about the cat from the Pacers?
He's a Panther.
You wouldn't want to be. It's still a cat, motherfucker.
But we're based off of pace cars.
That's what I was thinking. I was gonna say I thought the Pacers or like the thing like the horse race, the things they set out that the horses chase.
Well, you got the Colts, you
around
got the
the
Indianapolis Colts covered. I don't know about the Pacers. I don't know. Pacer, Panther, Pace. I don't know.
I mean, if there was anything that would make a horse run, it's a panther.
Back to Marvel Loki season 2 episode.
You was making it seem like we're closing. What are you talking about?
Review. Okay, I want y'all to do this before we go out. I want the audience and y'all. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do an activity together. Judge Kane's game to Renslayer 1 through 10.
Why are you
What
so
you got,
stuck
Joe?
on this? Why are you so
He is
stuck on
very.
this?
I need to know what y'all think. What's the rate?
It wasn't an integral part of the show for now.
It is an integral part of Kang's backstory,
That's
though.
fair.
I'll give it.
Redditor.
But
Don't
it
just
gets a
take the
one
camera
because
off
I
me
already
because you,
it gets a one because I already know how it ends.
no,
What
don't
you
put
get?
it back on me now that I'm sitting back being defensive.
I give my boy got a 7. That's what I give it. But let's get out of here. Coach Zell says it's time to go out here. Time to get off the field. Don't be like Coach Mims, who they tased because he wouldn't get off the field.
Down by
Joe,
30. You can call my boys up, man.
So listen. Before we go, how about we do a good little what do you Joe? What do you give the overall episode? This first episode, first season 2 of a Marvel show, first episode. What are you giving it?
I'm giving
on
it an
Disney
8
Plus.
because it makes me I want to watch next week. Anything that I give a 7.5 up, that means I want to see what are you going to do next. Anything under that is like I don't care. But now I'm invested. So some of these episodes might actually be under 7.5s. But I'm gonna
And
keep
it's only
watching.
6 episodes, I do believe. Correct? 5 or 6
Are we
episodes?
doing 6 episodes after all this time?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's only 6.
I guess that's the bare
Don't
minimum for
quote me
Disney
on it.
nowadays. But yeah, I'm 100% like because your first episode gets the 8, I'm gonna watch all of it to the end. I'm gonna say it started off great and ended bad, but now I'm invested in the show. So they did what they were supposed to do. I want to see what happens next.
I gotta agree with Joe though. I give it an 8 too. Um, Super solid for a first episode. Picked up right where they left off. Like I said, I can't get over like all the single shots, like just the running shots through the hallways, added so much to what could have just been a super bland episode. So I gotta agree, solid A. I'm interested to see what will go. So what about you, Zell May? 1 to 10, what are you giving it?
Y'all can see it right there. All 8's like Zell May's girlfriend.
No
Shout out
face,
to
no
her.
case. First and foremost, no picture. It didn't happen.
All 8's like Zell May girlfriends. Let's go. But yeah, 8. It's a good show. It starts off, you get all you need to get into. You get in the story, it gets you deep. You get trapped into what's going on with Loki and what's going on. How is he doing this time travel? How he's gonna fix it? And linear storytelling is really good. Like, oh, we got a problem, fix it. What's the problem? How to deal with it?
How do
That
you avoid turning into spaghetti? Did you guys read the warning label when they were going up to the loom? Did you guys? It said something like as you beyond this point, there's like a 7,000% chance of spaghettification. They cracked me up. I'm not gonna lie.
I was more caught up in the fact that they was using technology from Fallout 4.
Hey, this the World War II
Yeah.
nods in this episode were crazy as
There was a
hell.
lot of them, bro. There was a lot of like,
We could do a whole little video over just the World War II nods and the Germanic influences.
I was definitely thinking about Fallout 4. The whole like everything that I saw, I'm thinking Nuka-Cola. I'm thinking all that stuff. Shout out to Blizzard. The ones the time you know when they're not doing things that are against women's rights.
But one thing I can say is that I'm happy. I'm happy Loki gave us more of the same because I saw that they changed directors for season 2. But as far as like the people filming and a lot of like the set designer stuff like that changed the same, and it looks like we're getting more of the same, which is in the best possible way when it comes to Loki, in my opinion.
I can agree.
yeah, like
Snell
that is
Moss,
the
give us
end.
more.
That's basically the end of the show. That's the end of Marvel Loki season 2, episode 1, Ouroboros on Disney Plus. You are watching Overall 99 Media, in which we do reviews, reactions, breakdowns, all of that, recaps on Overall 99 Media. Joe, send us out.
Yeah. Wait, am I sending this out? Or are we telling each other where you can find us? What am I doing?
Both.
Okay. Because my send out, shouldn't y'all, if I'm gonna end this, shouldn't y'all go first?
No, we don't. Me and Tori don't need no explanation when we leave.
Okay. Loki season 2, episode 1. And they're gonna always question things, and they're gonna know the truth and know where they exist. But when it comes to us, they're gonna always ask the age-old question.
Wait for it.
This is gonna be the one time the alley oop and he missed it.
Who are these niggas?